king of diamonds, all things diamond painting. Square around, I'm glad you are around. Grab your plate, grab your wax, get ready to sit back and relax. Don't see you're single, whatever your niche. Here is your host, a guy named Rich.
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. It is Rich. It is Cold Rich with his beanie, or as those of you in, I think Canada would say toque, perhaps. It is 11 degrees here, and I'm freezing my buns off. So, hello. I'm glad to be inside and chatting with all of you today. Looking out the window, it doesn't look cold. The sun is out. Most of the snow here melted. I think it was someday last week. We had like a 40-degree-ish day, so a lot of the snow melted, but it is definitely cold. And tomorrow it's only predicted to be a high of 10 and then a high of 0 on Tuesday. So here's where I will be. Should anyone be looking for me, just know that I'm here. Sammy's on his bed behind me, taking a nap right now, and we have the space heater going here in the office to account for our house, our 60-year-old house with some original windows. So fun stuff. So let's go ahead and see who's here. So Michelle Lang, hello. Bragging about being in Texas, although I know it could be, you can get cold in Texas as well, but I don't know. I would hope that it's a little bit warmer than 11 degrees. We have Lee and Lenore here, L&L Diamond Painting, and as always, Lee brings the trash out, and he brings an assortment of beverages and drinks. Today, I am having some hot chocolate because aforementioned freezing. So thank you for setting up, Lee, and making everyone feel welcome. Katie Lynn, hello. Hi. Carol Racine. Hi, Carol. Hope everyone is doing well. Going through here, we're chatting. Shay is here. Not Crafting with Shay. Shay is here. Just Shay. That sounded like just Jack. Just Shay. Shay is here on her well-deserved break. So thank you for coming, Shay. Hope all is well with you. Amy Gray, hello. And Shay says thank you for letting her take some time off and chill. Absolutely, 100%. We are here for you. Everyone is here for each other in the diamond painting community, which I am a huge proponent of this community. I think there's some fantastic people here. Melanie, I'm here. Let's start the party. And so I did. So here we are. And of course, Shay, if anytime you want to pop in, just let me know, and you pop in and say hi. You're more than welcome. Christine, hello. Glad to make it live. Glad you're here as well, Christine. Melanie, I bet Sammy's in a sweater. He is. So he was never a sweater dog. Only on the coldest Arctic blast days would he be in a sweater. But since he's been taking prednisone for so long, his coat has thinned out considerably. So I found these little fleece sweater shirts things. So he looks like the corporate, the young corporate accounting guy, in his fleece vest, if you will, getting ready to go to his 9 to 5. So yes, he does. He is definitely in his sweater, and he's snuggling. Hello, Jaylee Lee. And Tammy, I was hoping you'd oversleep from your nap, and then she'd go on to my place. That's as I said earlier, the sense of community here. People wanting you to miss your live on your second week, and so they can swoop in and take over. Hello, Tammy. Thank you for being here. It is Tammy is here. She's sticking around for a little bit, but it is her sister's birthday, and I'm going to tell you from the stories Tammy tells about her sister. Her sister is an amazing human being, and she was apologetic. Oh my gosh, I'm going to leave. I can't stay. I can't stay. And I says, you go and you celebrate your sister because she absolutely 100% deserves it. Hello, Courtney. Ditsy's Diamond Den. He finished roll call. Present. I have a note for being tardy. I don't know. We'll need to talk a little bit later, young lady. We'll have to meet in the principal's office to talk about your tardiness. And hello to Paul, who's probably lurking as well. Melanie, love a Will and Grace reference. That is probably the last show that I remember that is just 100% iconic. I want to be Karen Walker in my next life. I mean, 100%. I have in my living room above the television, I have a print of it's her, and then it's just a bunch of her sayings. What do we have here? The Anastasia Beaverhausen. It's just amazing, amazing show. Hi, Meowie Diamonds and Cats. Happy Sunday. I want to walk to work tomorrow, says Chaotic Crafting with V. It's supposed to be a wind chill of negative 47. Yeah, not bad. Absolutely not bad. I definitely do not miss commuting downtown Chicago, which, everybody thinks it's called the Windy City because of the wind, and the wind is real. But really, it's a political reference to many years ago. But yeah, I've been walking from the train to the office, and it's like it's like you're walking on a treadmill because you're pushing against such strong wind, and then add in any snow and ice, and it really gets fun. Jaylee Lee just watched Will and Grace for the first time Friday night. Okay, Jaylee Lee, I think we may need to talk about Will and Grace a little bit this week and talk about some of our favorite episodes. I know we talked a little bit about I Love Lucy last week. So if anyone has any favorite episodes, definitely pop them in the chat so we can talk about them. Dear Helper, I am here, as you should. Paul said, shouted yes from the laundry room, and you're on the Bug TV also. I don't know what that means, but I'm glad that I'm in multiple areas of your house because that makes anyone's house increase in value for the time being. Jaylee Lee, love your glasses. Thank you. These are, I forgot the Teo, I think. I discovered this really great eyeglass place. Well, actually, my neighbor discovered it a number of years ago, and she referred me to there. And because I was always going to like the Pearl Visions and whatnot, and you'd be like, hey, do these look okay to me? And they're like, yeah, you done, whereas this shop was owned by an older couple. The wife was the optometrist and the husband was the style guy, the Ollivander of eyeglasses. Someone referred to him as in a review one time, who's the guy who picks out wands for people in Harry Potter world. He totally forced me out of my shell a little bit because I always wanted very conservative, because working in the financial industry, I wanted to be very conservative. But then he brought me out of the shadows a little bit. I have fallen in love with the color blue, and on eyeglasses. My new glasses, I went in at the end of or mid-December, I think it was, and they have a new brand of glasses called February 13th, and they're from Italy, and every single piece of the eyeglass frame is customizable, and it's wood. So I have some patterns coming and stuff like that. There's going to be a tour when I get these things because they are just the sides are different on the inside and the outside, and then you have the frame here. You got the frame on the inside, and you got layers. So it's I'm looking forward to getting them, but they take a couple months to make. So hello, Christine. Eve, eyeglass snob here. Yes, you have very nice glasses as well. Very pronounced glasses. They're nice. I will say that working for a Canadian bank, Canadians love their eyeglasses, and I have some every year. I go in, they're like, "You have amazing vision insurance," and it's always sort of a contest of when you're on a Teams call and everybody's there and they have their nice glasses and stuff. That clearly Canadians love their glasses as well. Eve says that there's something going on where your streaming is in slow-mo. I don't know if anyone else is having that problem. Please take a mention. Everything's looking fine on my end, but that doesn't mean that it's not on my end. Chocolate Diamonds, hello everyone. Ditzy says, I want some naughty wood glasses. Yes, that would be like a nice burl or something. That would look cool. And Jaylee Lee, each live will be a different pair of glasses. I could really do that. I've saved them all because they're expensive frames. But my sunglasses, I've had the same sunglasses for years because they're so super light, and we got the tint really nice. We got the mirroring very nice, and but these new glasses have the magnetic sunglasses that go on the actual frame. So I thought that was a nice twist and definitely worth. I was going to say the extra expense, but really they're not much more expensive than I paid for the Teo brand. So I'm really looking forward to getting those. But I said I like blue. I went green for the eyeglasses, but the sunglasses, they're blue. So I'm looking forward to getting those. So yeah, it looks like if I've missed anyone, I'm sorry, but I think I've made it. I think I've caught up with the chat here. So yeah, so here in the States, for those of you who are perhaps not in the States, tomorrow is a federal holiday, Martin Luther King Day. We have at least federal employees and most financial markets and whatnot have the day off to honor the minister and the activist and the political philosopher that was Martin Luther King Jr. that is famous for the "I Have a Dream" speech, and was very influential until his assassination back in 1968, I think. So definitely going to be taking the day off tomorrow and enjoying the time that I have off, but also thinking about the message that Dr. King had, and how history continues to be cyclical, and just I wonder if, as human beings, if we ever will learn from our history and stuff like that. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So how's everybody doing today? Did y'all survive the evening without TikTok? For those of you who may not know, in the US, today was the deadline for TikTok to be, well, it was banned as of today in the US. And what that, uh, the reasoning was because it's owned by a Chinese company and national security, yada, yada, yada. Because, my book talk, my water talk, whatnots are really going to sell out the the country, if you will. So last night, I was out with my neighbor. I'll get into that in a second, and we were out relatively late, and it was like, I think it was like 10:30 or something, 11. We went to look, and sure enough, it was, sorry, we're gone, peace out. But then as of, I think maybe 2 hours ago, it's starting to come back already. So I don't, I have my opinions, but everybody has their own opinion. I think it's the least of our worries, to be honest, or one of the least worries. I enjoy a good TikTok. I do. I have wasted plenty of time and money there. And I was thinking yesterday, as I'm going through and watching some of these creators that I've watched for some time now and gotten to know, and saying goodbye, and if they're going to another platform or whatnot. And I thought, you know what, thank goodness, because I'm going to get some time and money back. And then I thought to myself, who am I kidding? I'm going to find another way to waste my time and waste my money. But I not huge into TikTok, but I did discover it a couple years ago, or not years ago, months ago, when some friends started sending me some things. And there's actually a small, but there is a diamond painting community out there on TikTok. So there's a lot of creators that, if you're not finding people online via YouTube, there's usually someone online on TikTok going through and doing a live. So it's been a nice little alternative. So I don't know what happened, why it's back or not, but we just sort of had a little bit of a laugh last night, because we're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? In jest, of course, because while we certainly appreciate the some time that we spent on the app, we're adults, we can figure out what else to do. But TikTok is not great if you have an addictive personality. And I don't know, does anyone know when Pokemon came out? It had to have been late 80s, maybe. I don't know why, but I started watching these TikTokers and companies that you could win Pokemon cards. This is a pristine 10. I don't know what the hell that means, but I have it. They have stickers. These are 24 karat gold plated stickers that were discontinued because they're too expensive to manufacture. Go figure, right? See if I can get this. You can see it a little bit there. I don't know why I have them. And then I've won some. I don't even know what the heck this is because it's in Japanese. So certainly will not be missing out. Spending on money on those. But the protein brownies, let me tell you, Prime Bites protein brownies that I discovered on TikTok, those are amazing. 96 Ditzy, if you know what these mean and what these are, I will happily give you some of them and or sell some of them to you, because supposedly there was a new box theme, whatever, that came out, and I won a pack, and they opened them, and supposedly I hit something big, and it's out for grading. What was interesting is learning a little bit about this collectible card thing. When you get a good card, you send it out for grading, which is when they go into this plastic, and these companies certify that it's genuine, and the certification or the rating of here a pristine 10 speaks to is the card perfectly centered, is the edges free of dings, are the corners pristine, stuff like that. And there are cards out there that graded as 10s can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. This, I'm sure, is not one of them, but there are definitely, it's just sort of fun learning a little bit about it, but I have no idea what to do with these cards, except hold on to them and use them for my retirement. Right. Let's see. Lily, y'all remember when every corner someone's spinning a sign saying they're buying gold? Yes, absolutely. I remember that. Pogs. Sarah Ann. Hi, Sarah Ann, by the way. And sorry about doing the business taxes, but Pogs. I remember Pogs. I missed that boat as well, but I remember Pogs, the little like round coin things, right? The rare Charizard, the shiny one. No, I wrote it down. I got... I don't remember where it was. Sorry. And something embryon or something. I don't know. It's one of the top hits in the deck. So we'll see what's going on. Shay, let's talk. My son collects those. Fine. Yes, please. Because I don't know what the hell these are. And if anything, I mean, it's like I said, it's been very interesting learning about, but I'm a day late and a dollar short on the whole thing. So ignore the cute curly blonde. So now we got Ditzy and Shay fighting over it. And Melanie says, yeah, those are valuable. When Melanie says that, I feel better now, because if Melanie says it's good, it's good. Those cards are a story. Yes, they are, Tammy. Yes, they absolutely are. So TikTok. Yeah, good, bad, love it, whatever. It's really part of it is really part of the fabric of society for a bunch of all ages, really. Some of society, I guess. So what else? Umbreon EV evolution. You have to work up the friendship after 6 p.m. to evolve. Why does that sound dirty? That sounds dirty for some reason. I don't get it. Just got a message from my neighbor. So last night I spent several hours at the emergency vet with my neighbor and her dog. Sammy's fine, but Sammy's girlfriend, Lily, is 15, and she's had a number of health problems over the past couple of years, and it appears that she may have had a stroke, may have lost the vision in her eye, whatnot. So my neighbor had ran her to a nearby emergency vet, and they said, you know what, we're not equipped to really handle this. You want to go up to up north in the north burbs here in Chicago, about 45 minutes away. So she called me on her way home, very upset. And she says, will you drive me? Will you drive me? And I said, sure. So we drove up there and proceeded to wait for 6 hours to have Lily looked at, talk to the doctor, and then it's a 24-hour facility, but they only seem to have staffed one doctor. So as other animals were being brought in under emergency situations, the doctor was taken away from Lily to obviously deal with the more acute cases. So yeah, we spent some time up there and chit-chatting and stuff like that. And I was so cold because it was cold, but all of the seating is against large windows. So I was freezing. So I was drinking coffee and hot chocolate. So of course, when I got home, I was wide awake. Sammy was the perfect little gentleman per usual, and held his potty, even though he doesn't get left alone very much anymore. And so we were up pretty pretty late. Got a little bit of sleep, but then went back and took a nap before this, where Tammy wanted to swoop in and take over. Let's see. Kathy. Hello, Kathy. Kathy, Pucky Pie Pores. I saw a posting yesterday, maybe it was, that Kathy is doing well. She's healing. And if you don't know, Kathy was having a horrible allergic reaction to the resin that she's pouring to make these amazing creations that she does make. And she was in a pretty bad way. Like I say that, I mean, I'm not suffering, but from what I hear, itching rash all over her body. And to me, that would be the absolute worst thing. I don't like dental pain, and I don't like itching. But she got some medication. She got a hazmat suit. She got an air purifier. And it sounds like Pucky Pie Pores is back up and running. So I'm excited because they have some really cool stuff. And I also love having the ear of the two women, large and in charge women, to be like, hey, can I get something this color? Maybe, who knows? Let's see. Oh, they're fighting now. Oh, Berta. Hi, Berta. Hello, Berta. Another dog. Our dogs. We love our dogs, don't we? Melanie, poor dog. I know. It's really coming down to quality of life. If Lily is a Spitfire, she's been a Spitfire all her life, and she's taken a licking and she keeps on ticking. So but my neighbor is very conscientious of quality of life, and once it becomes that the Lily is suffering, the hard decision is going to be made. But she's a doll. She loves men. So the minute I go over there and pick her up, she just melts into my arms and stares at me. And she's got her eyes, I guess the eyelids, rims, whatever, are pink. And she's got a little pink mark on her nose. She's absolutely adorable. Ditzy, my nerd son, is gonna go online and fight her nerd son. First to cry, laugh loses. Great. So now we have the kids battling. This is great. Hi, Grams. Hello. Wow. I do have a bidding war, Lee. I do have a bidding war here for these cards that I have no idea. Shay, Rich, you're an amazing friend. Okay. Hey, I am totally 100% open to kissing up. So go at it. We'll see. I am going to research things. I know how to Google, so I'm going to make sure if I have something really good here that it's a fair trade in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, Artemis. Hello, Artemis. Hello. Welcome in. Carol, is her pooch okay? Yes and no. They said that perhaps she had a stroke. They couldn't confirm anything 100%. So she's got to go see. They recommended following up with the ophthalmologist, neurologist, and oncologist, because she also has a tumorous cancer on her leg, and a heart. What's the heart? Pulmonologist, maybe a bunch of ologists, all of which, or most of which, Lily already has specialists that she's been going to see. She did lose an eye, maybe about a year ago now or so. She suddenly, her eye went white. She seemed to be a little bit in pain, and it's something with the lens detaching, whatnot. So neighbor took her in to and went to a specialist. They decided they had to take the eye. Unfortunately, my neighbor was traveling for work and I had dog duty. And I told her, I says, I am here for you, but I'm not taking I'm not taking your dog in for surgery because I can't handle that. So her brother came, took her in for surgery, brought her home, and then I did the aftercare for a couple days until Linda was able to get home. But um, it's always something between her and Sammy. We have the corner on dog supplements through we see the same holistic vet. So we definitely have the corner on that market. Tammy, I would have been fabulous a host in your life. How do I ban her? Can I kick her out? Kathy, still having a very bad reaction. Oh no. Oh, that's not great to hear. And that's not great to hear because number one, you make beautiful things, but also I know that you love pouring and you love the creativity and whatnot, and have just dove in, head first into the whole thing. And I know you really enjoy it. So I hope that there's some answer that can come out, and you can get some permanent relief so you can get back to doing what you love doing. Joe Atwood, hello. Hi, Joe. Welcome. Kathy's on the prednisone again. Well, you know what? If you want to talk to Sammy, you guys can exchange notes. he's on prednisone. He's been on prednisone for quite some time now. But he will definitely he'd be happy to give you some tips if you need to. Let's see. Melanie, as long as there are more good days than bad days, love them as long as possible. 100%. 100%. Melanie Bernard, my dog Luna loves men. Yeah, it is amazing. Like Lily will just turn her back and sort of do a big fu but to my neighbor and walk away from her. But I go to feed her or something like that, and it's all like, oh, whatever you want to give me. Hi, Francis. No, you're not late. Ever. Meowie Diamonds and Cats. I do have a dog, even though I'm a cat lady. Stella is spoiled rotten. Well, what the heck? Meowie. It should be Meowie Bowie. Meowie Bowie Diamonds and Cats. I've renamed your channel. You're welcome. She thinks she's a cat, though. That's funny. Berta, can you teach our friend how to Google? Berta, there is no helping that friend. There's no helping it. No, there's not. Ditzy crying for the poor puppy. Oh, thank you. Thank you. She is so super sweet. And I was sitting here last night. It's colder than a witch's boob out there is the saying, but the T word. And I'm diamond painting. I'm like, this is like one of the last things I want to do. But I thought, no, I'm going to do this. I'll go and keep her company and stuff like that. And truth be told, the way that Lily responded to me when I got there, or when I went to pick her up out of my neighbor's car next door, I don't think she could see me, but she knew it was me, and it melted my heart, 100%. And then, of course, I came home, and Sammy, who's not a snuggler unless it's on his terms, got all the snuggles, and he was ready to call Sarah McLaughlin because he was getting too many hugs and kisses. But that's my dude. Cardiologist is the heart. Yes, that's one of the ologists that she needs to have. Artemis, I may have missed this in your Whippin' chats, but did you ever give an update on your neighborhood childhood friend? I think that's my neighbor. So yes, my neighbor, in addition to dealing with the health of her dog, she's having health struggles. She is home. She has a form of blood cancer, which this is her second bout of cancer. She had breast cancer a number of years ago. And so there's some interesting things that have to happen or can't happen because she's had chemo before and whatnot. But they have finally gotten her numbers level and static, so they're staying where they need to be. So she periodically goes in for tests and whatnot. She's adjusting to some new medication. So thank you for asking about her. That was another reason why I knew that I needed to go last night, because I knew she is still feeling very tired. So I wanted to make sure that she was as comfortable as possible. Let's see. Artemis is saying hello to Tim. I can delete all of Tammy's messages, Ditzy. Thank you. All of the cards are yours. All of the cards are yours. Shay just went, wait, what? Tammy says, I'll never be rid of. Yeah, that's, we know. Let's see. Melanie, I can give you oh yes, Melanie. So she says she can give me a run for the money in the supplements game after, I don't know, was it a live or was it a Google Meets or something? She had, asked what was one of the supplements that Sammy was put on for his minor heart murmur, and we were going back and forth, and then we started talking about diet and stuff. If y'all have questions about holistic, healthy, options for pets and stuff like that, I thought that I knew a lot, but Melanie is the expert, especially about her biology background comes into play there a lot too. So definitely want to tap on her shoulder if needed. I just volunteered your time, Melanie. You're welcome. Let's see, Kathy. She does love pouring. I hate that I'm allergic to resin. I find it so interesting because from what I understand, it's not that Kathy's getting the resin on her and then bringing out. It's just the fact that there's resin in the air. The body is amazing and scary all at the same time. So I do hope, maybe the second round of steroids will help Kathy. And perhaps there's some additional fixes that you could put into place. Otherwise, you just need to be the brains behind the operation and put Eve to work. Get her to start pouring stuff. Let's see. Oh, Eve, thank you. Yes, please hit your thumbs, the thumbs up button. Artemis, can't sleep, still in pain. You're in pain? That's sad. Kathy, does Sammy want to eat all the time? Sammy wanted to eat all the time before he started taking prednisone, but now he he's a bottomless pit, and he will eat anything and everything. There are times if I drop something on the floor, it is a knockout, drag out fight. If it's not something he's supposed to have that I need to keep from him, he's going after it. But yes, he does want to eat all the time, except for, this is what the snot's been doing lately. His breakfast is fine. And he's on Just Food for Dogs, fish and sweet potato recipe, because he's on a low protein diet, and this works and blah, 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 blah. Dinner time, same food. I know he's hungry because he's going to eat it eventually, but he sits there and he'll turn his nose up at it. And then I go and I have some beef broth or bone broth powder, sprinkle bone broth on there. He'll take a couple licks, then he stands back. He wants, the only thing, I can get him to eat his dinner is if I put the Parmigiano Reggiano, Parmigiano Romano on his food, a couple sprinkles. he will Parmesan. He's not super crazed about. He'll eat it, but the Reggiano is where it's at. And so, if anything, he has good taste because that's my preferred shaker cheese, if you will. But I get the real stuff, not the Kraft brand. And so now I'm putting this cheese on this dog's food, but it's the only way to get him to eat it. So I'll do whatever needs to be done. Colder than a witch's breast in a brass bra. That's a version. I know another version. Eve, I love that Sammy has a girlfriend. Sad to hear of her medical issues. Yeah, they're cute. Sammy, they'll go to the fence and they, stick their noses through and everything like that. Sammy, for some reason, has a penchant for peeing on the fence. So he likes to lift his leg and pee on the fence. Well, it's a chain link fence. So the dog is Lily, or her brother Rudy, is on the other side of the fence. And I don't think he's ever gotten them. I think maybe once he got them. But it has earned, and Sammy is one of those dogs that if you go walking with him, you get no exercise because you're constantly stopping at every tree, every spot that a dog has peed on, and Sammy's going to pee, or he's going to go through the motions of peeing, even though he's out of pee. So my neighbor's brother started calling him the R. Kelly of dogs, because I guess R. Kelly had a little pee fetish or something. And I just think that's pretty funny. But she stands there and lets him do his business, and then they go back and nuzzle each other through the fence. Ditzy, I do love Tammy. I like to needle Tammy. That brings up another topic. So y'all, I mentioned I was having some shoulder problems and still have my fingers are numb right here. And I've went to physical therapy last week. And they did a technique called dry needling. Has anyone had dry needling? What this is essentially, when I looked it up, an article said it's basically the West's version of acupuncture, which I totally see it. But instead of, they take an acupuncture needle and instead of just putting it in and leaving it sit there, because acupuncture is about aligning the energies and whatever, they do like a dunk, 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 dunk down your muscle. So you're getting poked a bunch of times. And the guy's telling me, he's like, yeah, I got certified in this. I can try it. It may help and whatnot. It's all right. He goes, now, when we hit the spot, you're going to know we hit the spot. And I thought, this little needle, the size of a hair, like, what is this really going to do? And it's not like he's going down in, he's just, doing sort of like a sewing machine type thing. He hit whatever he hit on whatever the muscle is back here. I almost went through the roof. And then he found one on this side too. And actually the odd thing is he declared this shoulder and arm more screwed up than this one, but this is the one I'm having problems with for right now. I don't know. And he said to me, he goes, you're going to be sore tomorrow. So, take your leave or whatever you need to do. And I thought, come on, whatever. I was sore than crap the next morning. But ever since that, I have had no pain, still numbness. That's still annoying, but no pain. So I will get dry needled until the end of time, if it truly helps. Let's see. Meowie is done. Meowie Diamonds and Cats is done. Is that the renaming of your channel? Because that's great. Tammy, you're making me puke a little bit. He was an icicle last night. He needed me to talk to him because I made him all feel warm and fuzzy and tired. I'm kidding. I like my Tammy time. Now Ditsy's crying for the poor puppy mommy. Now you're guilting me into the Pokemon cards. But Yes. So crafting with Shay, I'm not a mod. Maybe I should make you that mod so you guys can fight it out. It's always fun to see a little bit of uh, a cat fight going on, right? Cold, negative 22 Fahrenheit here in Montreal for tomorrow. Yeah, you guys, I think, get what we get, at least in Toronto. I know Toronto usually, like, the day after we have some type of weather, they have it, but um, uh, it's, yeah. I used to not mind cold, but I'm not adjusting well to it anymore. Tammy says the dog that she had before Riley had an enlarged heart. Yeah, it's so. Oh, I did not want to have another pet because I do not deal well with the loss of pets. Um, but I got Sammy wrapped around my heart, and I'm aware that there's going to be a day, but I'm not looking forward to that day, obviously, and it's going to be very emotional. But what I am learning, because past dogs and stuff like that, we went to the vet and that was it. Now that I'm going to the holistic vet, I'm going to this specialty vet up north where, I mean, this thing is the size of a small hospital. And you walk in and the wall is just covered with the doctors under their specialties: cardiology, neurology, ophthalmology, all the ologies, right? They have TVs on the wall that play like the different ads and show the weather and stuff like that. And they have some new laser that they can do high tech laser treatment for cancer in animals and stuff like that. So what I'm seeing is how large of a obviously how large of an industry pet care is, but the number of people that really care about animals and truly, truly care about animals. So, uh, yeah. Shane needs a wrench. I'll see what I can do. Melanie, I love helping the doggos. Thanks, Rich. Yes, I know. Um, Artemis, well, at least she's out of the hospital. Yes, has plan of care. Rich, you, Anthony, Melanie do a pet supplement podcast. Melanie, Diamonds and Dogs. Maybe that's the name of the podcast or the live or something. Like, hey, I would love to do that. Let's see. No thumbs for you until they turn the shade blue. Okay, Ditzy. Now I have to. Oh, she wrote a poem. Nice. Let's see. The dog has a refined taste. Yes, he's got the. He likes his proper cheese. And today, since it's cold, so cold out, I have a nice roast in the oven. I'm making Italian beef for Italian beef sandwiches. I don't know if that's something. I know it originated in Chicago. I don't know that it's something that has made it to other areas of the country or the world. But Italian beef is basically a shaved roast of beef that's been braised essentially in Italian seasonings, garlic, onion powder, the marjoram, the basil, the oregano. So I'm looking forward to having, and then you dip it into au jus, but you dip it in, we would say, the gravy. Portillo's, if you have a Portillo's by you, it's what Portillo's is famous for. Although their beef, since they got taken over by corporate, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But the house smells amazing, and I was going to do it in the slow cooker, but then I'm like, well, I want to heat up the house a little bit, get some supplement heat going. So I have it in the oven at like 225, and it's been in there all day. Leaving P-mail for other dogs. Yeah, pretty much that's what Sammy does all the way down the street. Sarah Ann, I've had dry needling. Well, I hope it helped you as much as it helped me. I do have to make an appointment. I'll probably have to call tomorrow. I have to make an appointment with our orthopedic doctor. He gave me a list of folks to call. Let's see. Artemis. Oh, Tammy, you haven't met my household. I cook the same dishes every week. That's funny. That's funny. I love to cook. I absolutely love to cook. And I'm a pretty good cook. But it's such a waste for one person. So typically, when I make anything now, a batch goes over to my neighbor, and she will drop hints occasionally for my sauce, my red sauce, my ragu. She drops hints occasionally for that, but my kitchen exhaust vent shoots right out onto her driveway, essentially. So she knows when I'm cooking. So I'll get a text periodically, "What are you cooking?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I got something going." So yeah, I do love to cook, but just um, for one person, it's just not worth it. I do a meal delivery service now for most of the week. It's called Tavala. It's available in the United States. I don't know if anyone's seen the commercials. It's an like a toaster oven sized oven, but it's a steam oven, and the stuff comes and you sort of put it together, and then you put it in the oven and you scan a barcode and it knows how to cook it. So my neighbor and I, we split a box of 8 meals, so we get 4 and 4, and they're good. They're good, and it's nice to have a little bit of variety. But at the same time, I do really miss cooking. So especially in the winter, I like to put something on the stove on a Sunday. During the summer, I'll do like a cold salad or something. My current obsession is hearts of palm salad. Hearts of palm, artichoke hearts, olives, red onions. What else? Like chop up some pepperoni, chop up some pepperoncini, a nice tangy vinaigrette on it, maybe a little bit of balsamic drizzle over the top. Oh, it is so good. Sarah Ann says she almost kicked the guy who did the dry needling. Yeah, that's exactly how it was. How it was. But I hooked it to a TENS machine. Yeah, I have a TENS machine that I use quite often. I've been known to walk around the yard with cords dangling out from my shirt or my pants or whatnot. But sometimes it helps, but it was not helping much this time around. So, all right, hold on. I got to wrench Shay if I know how to do that. Do I know how to do that? Can I do that here? Let me see. Can I do that I'm in StreamYard. I don't think I can do it. I think I have to go into YouTube. I will wrench Shay. Shay, you shall be wrenched. But I don't want to screw anything up at the moment. Michelle Lang, how do I message you, Tammy? Be careful, Michelle. Don't do it. Don't. I'm kidding. You can find her on Facebook for sure. If you are in Ditsy's Discord, I know she's definitely there. Or in Discord in general, but I don't know how to find someone like just out of the blue like that. Let's see. Christine, she has a pep with an enlarged heart too. I would love to learn more about what food and supplements you're using. I will make note of that, and I'll bring the bottle of the supplement that his holistic vet recommended. There were 2 supplements she recommended, one of which why didn't we go with the standard process, Mel? There was a reason I told you. Maybe it was like in low supply or something like that. Or she's like an online pharmacy that she goes through, or a holistic pharmacy. Maybe they didn't have it, so we went with this other one. But Melanie recognized it as well, so I could definitely show you the bottle. I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV, but I can certainly pass on the info. Melanie says I'm in for a podcast. Hey, There we go. Let's get something going there. That would be there with all the animal lovers, to have a diamond painting community channel about animal lovers. I think that is maybe an untapped market. I don't know. Maybe we could try it out. We could do a couple lives here or something if you want, and we could try it out. But love to do that. Tammy says, Sis is here. Call you later. Bye. Happy birthday, Sis. Now that Tammy's gone, her sister, let me just tell you this quick story. Tammy told me about her sister. Back in December, Tammy did a Christmas party, and Tammy wanted to do some giveaways. So she was, getting some stuff together, working with some folks to have some giveaways. And her sister had gone to the craft store and saw a couple diamond paintings. And she bought them, brought them, and says, Tammy, here, give these away as part of your Christmas party. And I thought, wow, that was really nice. And Tammy talks a lot about how her sister is, right there for her, will always be right there for her, whatnot. And Tammy is just adores her nieces. And they adore her as well. I don't know if anyone saw her her Christmas premiere, and she's playing a game with her one niece. It's amazing. But I was talking to Tammy one day, and she said, oh yeah, my sister, she really likes nutcrackers. And Tammy was on the hunt for those nutcrackers that came in the Christmas mystery box. And I got those. And I love that picture. It's a great picture. And I says, Tammy, it's coming your way. Your sister is amazing. I'll sell it to you. I didn't give it to her. I should have given it to her, shouldn't I? I gave it to her at a good deal. But I says, you do this, and you do it for your sister and give it to her for Christmas. So I'm very excited. Unfortunately, it's been delayed because Tammy's in the middle of nowhere, and it's Snowmageddon down there in Kentucky, and ice up and stuff. So it's a little bit delayed. But the other night we picked out some sparklers for the buttons on the Nutcrackers jackets and the arms. So we picked those out. So I'm excited, and Tammy's all excited. She knows she's got a couple different places that she does diamond painting in the house, and she's like, I could do it over here because my sister won't see it and whatever. And I don't know if any of you have ever seen Tammy's diamond painting. Her drills are lined to perfection, round or square, perfection. And to realize that the physical challenges that she has, and she's able to do such a meticulous job at placing these diamonds, it's absolutely amazing. And she also doesn't sleep. So if anyone has trouble sleeping like I have, you can usually find her on Discord at 2 a.m. Overarching name for the podcast, Speaking of Diamonds, the Professors, and I do like that. That's funny. Joe, I worked all day on homemade beef ragu. It will be supper with pappardelle pasta and garlic breadsticks. Okay, what time? I'll be over. I do love making my sauce, and I just this year I got one of those food savers that you put the bags and you can suck the air out. So I made packets in, like, I think it was a cup and a half or 2 cup increments, so I could put them in the freezer. You just stack them, that much. You got a couple servings of sauce, and then gave some to my neighbor as well. Yeah, I love cooking. I love cooking the sauce specifically. Good winter stew with a nice rustic bread, absolutely. I have some nice real crusty deli rolls for this Italian beef a little bit later. Yes, LNL, I have to do Shay. I have to wrench her in YouTube. I'll do that after here. Let's see. Oh yeah, Berta. She has to. Tammy is still on her way out. Just gotta say goodbye to everybody a million times. Um, oh, and next year you can be my co-host for Diamonds in the Rough. Was that to me or to Melanie? Because I know Ditzy is very protective of her events. So I want to help with events and stuff. I think they're great. I love participating in them, and I would love to. But Eve, Diamonds in the Rough, hosted by Sammy, Sammy, Ali. Let's get all the pets up there. Actually, that's an idea. Ditzy, idea for release papers, pet pictures. I'm just saying. She's sicking Ollie on Eve's ankles. Let's see. Tammy's still leaving. Tammy is still leaving. All of this cooking, I'm now making beer bread. Ooh, Melanie, I like beer bread, but using cherry hard cider instead of beer and Italian lemon chicken soup. Hello. That sounds amazing. Ditzy says I have those. You're talking about release papers? I don't have Sammy release papers, so therefore the proper amount of pet picture release papers do not exist. But so it looks like I caught up to the chat there. So yeah, so other than, I think that sums up a week. Eve says, always thought it was Greek when you put lemon in chicken noodle soup. Yes, eggno, I can't pronounce it, but here in Chicago, and I don't know if it's like this elsewhere, we have anywhere you have like a diner, the non technical, like the sort of the slang name for it is a Greek diner, because most of the time the diners are owned by Greeks. Think of, if you've ever seen the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding. First off, you have never seen it, go see it. But that type of restaurant, prolific all around the Chicagoland area. So every Sunday they'll say it's chicken cream of chicken soup with rice, but it's really this a lemon egg soup. And I have some friends who are Greek, and I was talking to them one time. I says, I need to figure out how to make that because I'm lactose intolerant. I need to make it without dairy. And they looked at me and says, there's no dairy in egg lemon soup. It's the egg that makes it creamy. And it's the easiest dang thing to make. So I may have to put that in rotation and make a batch of egg lemon soup here. They don't typically put the chicken in it, but I do just because I like the cream of chicken soup, but it's like this lemony, creamy, lemony soup as well. Beer bread with cheese in it. Yeah. Beer bread, period. Let's talk about that. I learned that when I was a diner waitress in a Greek diner. Okay, Eve, one of her previous careers. Eve, if there's a job, Eve has done it. She's got a story. And I seriously want to hear all of them. So someday we're going to have a 24-hour live, and it's just going to be talking to Eve about her many careers, her lifetimes, what have you. That would be so interesting because if it's a job, she's done it, and she's probably kicked butt at it. So that's amazing. Chaotic Crafting with V. That's an awesome movie. It is an awesome movie. I do love that movie, and it's true. Like the family itself, according to my Greek friends, they're like that is Greek life, and the mother and the aunt. That's the mother. It really is. I put some parm in the bread mix in honor of Sammy. Thank you, Melanie. He will let you know what he thinks about that once he gives it a taste, I'm sure. but yeah, so here we are. We've been together for just over an hour. So I want to be respectful of everyone's time, but thank you for joining, even though at least I'm not working tomorrow. So I didn't have the Sunday scaries as bad as I normally would. I appreciate hanging out with you guys. I love catching up with everybody and having these chats. Every the 2 weeks now, Tammy's like, "What are you going to talk about?" I go, "Whatever we talk about." And this is our time to spend together, and just as they say, shoot the crap, right? Let's talk about anything and everything, and let's have a good time while we're doing it. So I Eve says I'd love to do that. Okay, folks, we're gonna have the professor is going to pull down the screen, the flip chart, and say, okay, here's Eve's career over here. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to follow the flow chart. We're going to have a discussion on that, Eve, because I find you endlessly interesting, and I think others would as well. So definitely let's talk about that. But so thank you, everybody. I hope everyone has a good week. And if you are someplace cold, I hope you stay warm. If you're someplace hot, I hope you stay comfortable. Regardless, don't slip on any ice. Don't eat any yellow snow. All the good things. I have enjoyed my time here today, and I will catch up with you guys again next week. And keep an eye out for another whip and chat or something this week. I was actually thinking, since I'm off tomorrow and I want to spend some time really getting some progress on the canvases that I'm working on, to maybe pop on and do a pop-up live and just sort of do a working session, if you will. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if anyone's really interested in that or not. But if you see the alert, definitely make sure that you've liked and followed and hit the bell to get the notifications when I go live. And maybe we'll see you on live, and we can compare our whips and get some work together. So thank you, everybody. I will chat with you next week. Remember, with diamond painting and really anything in life, there's no wrong way to do life. So you do you. And don't let anyone pee in your cornflakes. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.